You know, and I probably should have did this video and just added it to the Canada housing video thing. That was only like 5 minutes. But I was like, man, there's so much on Zero Hedge right now covering some good stuff I want to talk about. And I'm like, well, after I was done, let me go check old Wolf Street. You know, I checked that site too. It's one of my good sites to go to. And sure enough, there's Housing Bubble 2. What is this? Oh, I could have went right into that one. Housing Bubble 2 gets complicated. Pending home sales plunge. In a place that I'm happy it plunged, to be honest with you. San Francisco. Drop in all California, right? So Housing Bubble 2 gets complicated. Pending home sales plunge in San Francisco Bay Area, but drop in all of California. I've been telling y'all for a while. Real estate correction. Webbot's been talking about it. Martin Armstrong's cycle stuff, work he does, has been talking about it for a really long time. And I am seeing it, little spurts of it here and there. And this is all while this whole economy is being propped up by the central banks. In our case, in America, the Fed. It's still coming. But upward pressure on already crazy home prices persists. Pending home sales in California fell 6% in September compared to a year ago, the third month in a row of year-over-year declines, after having dropped 3.5% in August and 2.6% in July. Entering the fall home buying season, the housing market momentum waned. The California Association of Realtors said in its report, brokers reported slower open house traffic, and listing appointments and client presentations fell below positive territory in September. The report cited continued housing inventory issues and affordability constraints. Let's stop right there. That last part, I've been screaming about this. Affordability constraints. Just because housing prices goes up and the Fed props everything up and everything's good and, you know, on paper it's good. If you look at the fine details, then you realize this whole freaking debt Ponzi scheme of ours is going to implode one of these days. Probably in not too distant future from the looks of things, but, you know, whatever. People don't have money to buy other stuff. They're spending all of their money. They have literally no discretionary spending when they're done paying their bills. And the biggest bill I'm talking about is a freaking house, whether it's rent or a mortgage. Plain and simple, okay? So when you have something like this, you know, or a situation like this, something has to give. It's pretty damn simple. Something is going to have to give. And looking at history, there's only one thing that can give. And it's the asset or the thing we're talking about falling in price. And in this case, it's housing. It is coming. It's already happening. Or I wouldn't be reading you this. Pending home sales in California fell 6% in September compared to a year ago, the third month in a row year-over-year declines after having dropped 3.5% in August and 2.6% in July. Entering the fall home buying season, the housing market momentum waned. Again, the California Association of Realtors said, yada, 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 fell below positive territory in September. Report cited continued housing inventory issues and, my favorite, affordability constraints, as home prices have moved out of reach for many people despite historically low mortgage rates, right? So we have low 4%, 3.75, 3.8%. These are insane. These are insanely low prices, interest rates, which would obviously make the price of a house go up. You can afford more house. All a person is concerned about is how much monthly payment can I get? What kind of house can I get? Here's my budget because here's how much I make at work, right? I'm a responsible American. Let me just say that again. I'm a responsible American, and I know what my bills are, and I know what I can afford, and I can't afford this damn house. Well, let's look at this other area. That area sucks. That's ghetto. That's this. Ooh, right? Oh, that's okay. Interest rates are low. Interest rates are low, so I can't afford more house. Oh, but wait, no. The price went up because the interest rates are low. The payment of the house remains the same. And as far as your affordability, it's the same. You're thinking you can afford more house now. We can afford more house. No, the house is just more expensive now because you got a lower interest rate. So what happens when rates rise? Rates will rise at some time. God only knows when in this crazy Fed-induced, bubble induced by the Fed world we live in. But ultimately, rates will have to rise. And the Fed, as you know, keeps talking. We're going to raise 0.25%, raise 0.25%. Here we go. And if they keep on with this nonsense, mortgage rates are going to go up, or they have to go with it. And then you're going to find, price correction. And we're not even there. See, we're not even there, and we already got some problems here, right? Anyways, the inventory issues and affordability constraints as home prices have moved out of the reach for many people, despite historically low mortgage rates. This may have pushed the market to a tipping point. Pending home sales are an indication of what actual sales might look like. Over the next few months, they're notoriously volatile, but in the San Francisco Bay Area, pending home sales have been plunging in the double digits for months. And now Southern California is catching the cold. In the San Francisco Bay Area, pending home sales plunged 10.8% year over year, after having plunged 11.6% in August and 11.5% in July. It was the 12th month in a row of year-over-year declines. In the two counties that make up Silicon Valley, San Mateo and Santa Clara, pending sales plummeted respectively 22.4% and 23.5 freaking percent. What about right again? Martin Armstrong right again. Thank you. In Southern California, pending home sales fell 7.1% year over year after having fallen 3.8% in August. In July, they'd still inched up 1.4%. The counties with the sharpest declines were Los Angeles, down 8%, San Diego, 11.5% down, Riverside, 13.4% down, and San Bernardino, 11.6% down. In the Central Valley region, pending home sales edged down 0.6% year over year, driven by the 16.8% plunge in Sacramento County. Of the homes put under contract, 26% had their listing price reduced before buyers got interested. After that, 29% sold above the asking price at an average premium of 13%. 28% sold below asking price at an average discount of 15%, and 43% sold at asking price. Already, sales growth is in trouble. Earlier, CAR reported that actual sales in September had inched up 1.7% year over year for all of California, but that sales of condos and townhouses had fallen 4.1%, that sales in the Bay Area had fallen 4.2%, and that sales in Los Angeles Metro had fallen 2.5%. The current pending home sales decline will continue to pressure actual sales downward over the next few months. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see what happens to a state, what happens to any area when a bunch of liberal leftists are in charge. Enter California, city of... What was that one? The main one? City of San Francisco. But upward pressure on prices persists. Home sales, though declining, are still outstripping new listings that are declining even faster as the supply of homes available for sale continue to drop. This has led to some crazy prices. In September, the median house price, not including condos, reached these levels. This is ridiculous. I just have to go over this. This is so stupid. I'm telling y'all, I don't know how you survive in California. I don't know what the hell you're doing over there. I've been yelling to get the hell out of there for as long as I can, but maybe you can't. Well, I got a good job. I get it. But I don't see things getting better for California, to be honest with you. Median household price by San Francisco area, all right, Bay Area. Alameda, $853,000 for a freaking average house. Contra Costa, $605,000. Marin, $1.2 million. Napa, $632,000. San Francisco, $1.3 million. San Mateo, $1.4 million. Santa Clara, $1.1 million. Solano, $422,000. And Sonoma, $620,000. This is a median household price. The median household in this area. Let me see if I can find that out. Median household price. Tampa. The median household value in Tampa, Florida. This is from Zillow. $187,400. Okay. How about Brandon, where I work? $191,200. This house I'm living in, I'm just gonna be honest with you, and it was scary at first. Evelyn, do you really want to do this? Be like twice the mortgage payment we were kind of looking at before. Got my job, good job, great job. Got my YouTube ads, thanks to my people, love you guys. And of course, cryptos. You know my story. I sold off a bunch of Veritasium, made an absolute killing on it, had a nice down payment for this house. I can afford the payments. But does that mean you just go to the max? No, and I'm not at my max. But what I'm telling you is, the prices I just read off to you, pretty much all of them, my house didn't cost that much. For sure. Even the low ones I was telling you about, my house is not there. And I'm willing to bet, because I know this, that this property in this house, the whole 9 yards, over in California, again, median household. I know what a median household, what a type of house looks like in this area. Tampa, Brandon. 1,800 square foot, 2,000 square foot, whatever. Do you have any land? Not really. Half an acre? No. Maybe a quarter of an acre if you're lucky. If you're lucky, you'll get a quarter of an acre around these parts. I mean, in the towns, the cities, not where I'm at. I'm out in the country a little bit. My house over in California with these ridiculous prices. If I lived in California, I'd be doing my videos out of probably a freaking shack. Without a man cave, crypto cave. If this house was brought over there, I can't even speculate. This is probably a $2-something million house over there. And I'm not, again, like I said, those low numbers I was giving you, that's like, my house is below those. That's how insane it is. I can't stand seeing something so ridiculous. Saying, wait a minute, I'm living in this, what I call my, dream house I've been telling you guys about, which my mom says I'm leaving in 2 years. Psychic mom. You're out of there in 2 years. You're going to find something like, hey, there's a better opportunity. Evelyn, do you want to do it? Yeah, let's do it. I cannot believe that. I think about it almost daily. I can't believe that. But my mom doesn't get it wrong. Let me just tell you. But I see this crap in California. This is unflipping believable. But I know there are big salaries in California, so sometimes things are justified. But again, it just doesn't make sense. I mean, if you guys have an opportunity, you're on California, you have an opportunity. Oh yeah, we live in a $700,000 house. It's just average. And I'm thinking, average? That could buy me a nice freaking house around here. Holy crap! Super great, dream house. If you can sell your house and walk away with a good few bills on that one, you could come down to Florida, be a neighbor to Jay Snip or something. You can go to Texas. There's all kinds of places where the cost of living isn't even kind of ridiculous like California. Again, you're going to see what liberals do to whether it's a company, whether it's a state that they're running. When they just passed a law that makes, if you knowingly have HIV, you knowingly want to spread it to people, it's now like a misdemeanor, no longer a felony. But if you mispronounce somebody's gender, you might be nailed with a felony. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Get the F out of California. What are you people doing? Take care.